All right, so we got the developer Q&A here. Let me go ahead and move my camera actually. Here we go. Developer Q&A May 26, 2026. We've answered your questions on harmonization, a new map, the improvement of the weapon modification system, and much more. So, holy 60 stream streak. That is insane. Number one supporter right there, chat. So, will there be additional game additions? Right now, there are 4 from standard to elite squad. The additions could be revised based on the state of the game at the time of its launch. So they might add more. Interesting. I don't expect them to add another one above like the elite squad one or the elite edition or whatever the highest edition is. Yeah, they could remove them. But if they do add more, I think it'd be less than the elite squad. So if you get the elite squad, you should be fine. And hopefully, if you get the, what's it called? If you got the Elite Edition, they don't pull a Unheard Edition type move on us. So, yeah. For the console folk out there, will there be a console demo or test? Yes, soon. Okay, that sounds promising. Definitely have to hop into the game when it goes live on console. I'm assuming crossplay will be on. So hopefully that is the case. What up, Dave? How are you? Is there any progress on adding more language localizations to the game? No. They're still analyzing which languages are the most popular. Okay. Any updates on Steam early access plans following the recent demos? The most accurate timing we share right now is that we're aiming for this in 2026 as listed on Steam. So I think what's going to happen is they're either going to release maybe, I think in August or so. Because we have what? GTA comes out what? November 10th or something? I think August to give them a couple month buffer before GTA. I know it's completely different games, but literally every game is planning on releasing around GTA because it is that big of a game. So I think they're waiting for GTA or they're waiting for something more set in stone from GTA, even though they've already confirmed that it is 100% going to launch on November 10th. But I guess we'll see. Progression. Will the game include a rating or rank system, and what would it be based on? Self-wipes, player KD, shelter storage value, etc. This could add longer-term goals for players. I personally don't think a rank system really works in extraction shooters. I think it's just kind of like a extra playlist that just splits up the player base already more. And with as many maps as there are in the game already, I think this would just split the player base already too much, considering that it is quite small right now. What are we doing right now? We're going over a developer Q&A for Active Matter, and then we're going to be playing Star Citizen. Because Active Matter is one of the main games that I do play, so that's what it is. Players regularly creating new personal timelines and wiping keeps many interesting stats in flux. Though during certain events, like harmonization, there could be some competitive elements in addition to the harmonization heroes already recognized. Interesting. So they don't confirm or deny this, but they might be adding something later on in the line. I think they're going to wait until maybe there's more players or something to see how it would work. Will you add in-game notifications before major updates and before harmonization cycle efforts rewards refresh, so players know how much time is left to earn the current set? Definitely. We'll provide notices ahead of the new major updates with enough time to finish all interesting activities, claim rewards, and prepare for the next harmonization cycle. Okay, very nice, very nice. So they're going to let us know. So if you want to get to Prestige 5 like I do and get that fleck camo, you will be notified how much time you have to get it. Thankfully, prestiging doesn't take too long. Will there be new or updated harmonization cycle effort rewards and possibly monolith unlocks in upcoming wipes? The 4th personal timeline reward for just a bit of crystallized active matter feels less exciting than items like camos and shelter customization. Will rewards be revamped or changed in type in the future? So this is actually funny because another creator in the community, his name is Spicy Bean Dip 501 on Twitch and on YouTube. He was I was actually chilling in a stream, and he said the 4th prestige reward is honestly pretty terrible, and I have to agree with him. It's only 250 crystallized active matter, whereas everything else you get something permanent, like a dog tag and a camo, something for your base to decorate it with, etc. Right? So 250 crystallized active matter is pretty terrible. And the community manager, Major McDonald, he saw that. He saw what he said, clipped it, and I guess he sent it to the team. So it looks like this is going to be changed in the next harmonization cycle, as it says right here. The first cycle was a trial. The agency has reviewed the results and will apply those learning in the next one. Very nice, very nice. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. New features and items. Let's see. Can we get a hint as to what the headline features of the next major update might be? Any hint about a new map and what continent it may be set in? We're all living in America. America ist wunderbar. So it looks like the America collapse map might be coming back next, which would be pretty cool to see. What weapon modifications are planned to be added next? I should probably move. I just realized. Here, that's probably better, huh? Give me a second. There we go. Just because of the way the chat is popping up. What weapon modifications are planned to be added next? There's a lot of room to expand this system. All barrel rail slots will be unlocked. Currently on the right side is only the right side is available. So yes, you'll be able to run up to 3 lasers at once. Next up are underbarrel hand grips and standalone bipods. See, I knew it. I've been saying this. I was talking about it on stream a lot. They're planning on adding foregrips and stuff. So here it is. As separate items not built into the gun. Smaller additions like pistol, laser sights are planned, and extended capacity magazines are on the way. Nice. Okay. Oh boy. Will helmet mounted thermal vision devices be added? Yes, but not in the near future. That is going to be OP, to say the least. Is there a plan to introduce rangefinders for weapons? Yes, now that we have some sniper rifles with complex ballistics like the VSSK, knowing the exact distance is crucial, so rangefinder attachments will be added. So they're adding a bunch of attachments, which is good. I think that'll be real good and whatnot. I do want to see a updated, what's it called? An updated post-action report. I want to see where you got hit at on a body map, right? That you could just show your body and then maybe put like a marker on your head or your chest or wherever you got shot at. How many times you got shot there, and how much damage the bullet did. I'd like to see that, and with what gun and how the gun is built. I would like to see all of that. That would be great information. It already shows where you got shot from, and you can find it with 99% accuracy. So people are, I've already seen people complain, oh, I don't want people to know about my sniping spot or whatever. Bro, it already shows where you're getting killed at from on the map. All right, so that's mute. I don't care. That's an invalid point. They're not going to remove it. It's going to show where you're at. They are adding kill cams, and I hope how the kill cams work as well is they're only in the post-action report, so that way you can't give extra information while in a raid to your friends, right? So when you go to the post-action report, you click on the death that you think might be weird, and then you watch the kill cam. That's what I would like to see, and how it should, I think it should be implemented for an extraction shooter. Is there a plan to introduce unique weapon attachments that can only be obtained from raids? Some Soviet mods are already exclusive to Dalny Island maps. I don't know what that word means. And we do plan to grow the number of raid-only items, including gun modifications. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Is there a plan to introduce in-game achievements with in-game rewards? If so, what might they be? Yes, achievements will span both routine actions, refined end objects, and special or unusual actions, including secret ones. Okay, nice. Will you consider adding an underhand throw option for grenades? Planned, but not in the near future. Okay, nice. I'm glad that they have a plan. Is there a plan to address inconsistencies between weapon visuals and attachment functionality? For example, the M4 shows a removable carry handle on its Picatinny rail, but it cannot be removed in-game, and several AK optics appear to use Picatinny adapters, even though we can't use an adapter to mount Picatinny optics like the Moose Mark. Features like adapters that let you switch between different mounts will definitely make the game better, so they're sure to be added in the future. The same goes for more detailed weapon customization. Stay tuned for updates. Will you add a crouch slide movement mechanic? We plan to introduce special movement abilities through chronogens, particularly parkour. Giving a slide to everyone by default would push the game further towards an arcade style. Thank you. Thank you. That is exactly how they should do this. 100% exactly how they should do this. It needs to be, you have to make it a trade-off. It has to be something that you give up so that way you can take it. My goodness. I don't want this to turn into COD, man. Racked really wanted a slide, and I told him if they did it, it would be a chronogen. Dude, a slide though, like if everyone had it, it's right. It would turn into an arcade style. You would just see people sliding everywhere. It'd be like Call of Duty. So I think this is good that it's going to be a chronogen. Thank goodness. There are some noticeable content gaps, like limited pistol options and a small variety of medical items right now. What will be added? And as you add more, how will you prevent content bloat? We'll expand medical options. We do want to make a first aid simulator. That's how I feel Tarkov is sometimes. That overloads players with wound micromanagement. As for breath or bloat, more generally, we're not aiming for restrict content. We want players to flexibly choose their playstyle. So probably alternates to what we already have. I do think, I feel like they're going to add bleeding eventually, and you'll have to use bandages or whatever, because they have old bandages as an item that you can find in the game, but you can't do anything with them. So I think they're going to add that eventually. Do you plan to introduce new monolith access levels, investigations, or expand the content within existing access levels instead? For now, we think the current monolith levels group content well. I think so as well. As options in the monolith grow with new content, we may add more levels to better separate access. So our prestiging could get longer, which would mean maybe the harmonization gets longer. Because they're going to have to balance this between, respecting players' time and still making it somewhat of a challenge. If it's too much for the average person, then nobody's ever going to get to the finish and be able to prestige while and get the rewards. So they have to figure out how to definitely make this, or maybe lower the gap between them or something to keep the timing about the same. I don't know. I guess we'll see how they do that. Do you have an ETA for the previously announced replay feature? We're aiming to have it before our early access Steam release, but we aren't able to share a specific ETA yet. Okay, that's good. This would be good if it definitely hits before the early access. Shelter customization has been a hit. What additional customization options can players expect in the future? One thing I think they should change about the shelter customization, there shouldn't be a cap as to, okay, maybe there should be a cap, but not a small cap as there is right now to how much you can put in your shelter. I have my 3 head statues up of like the Flowerman, the Hellhound, and the Dendroid, and I can't even put my Prestige 2 statue in there. It's kind of whack. I think they should increase the cap so that way I can at least put all that stuff in there. Will a cosmetic item shop be implemented, and what in-game currency would it use? Yes, there will be. It may use various in-game currencies depending on cosmetic rarity, ranging from credits to crystallized active matter. Ooh. This kind of worries me, because if it's a cosmetic item shop, I hope they don't make the crystallized active matter buyable. I really hope not, because that's going to ruin the game. All right, in-game mechanics. Do you plan to improve laser sights? Wow, this is packed Q&A. This is nice. Right now, the beam looks like a glowing stick that cuts off mid-air. It easily exposes your position, and on night maps, a blue laser on a weapon carried on your back creates a beam from the sky effect that points directly at you. That's funny. We're already working on this. The beam shouldn't reveal the user from so far away, and artifacts like the beam from the sky will be addressed. Okay. Do you plan to remove weapon tracers? While they help identify incoming fire, they seem to undermine the concealment benefits of suppressors. No, we don't want to push the game toward extreme camping. Thank you. However, we'll always look at ways to improve this area for players who prefer a stealthy playstyle. Yeah, please make the distorted more easily maneuverable with stealth. Currently, distorted can be woken up by a grenade landing somewhat near them, not by the explosion itself. Is this intentional, or will this mechanic change? Like a bug. Okay, Cool. Is there any plan to rework or nerf beacons, making them more predictable or giving them clearer limitations? We're still looking for a good solution. We like that there's room for mistakes and misreads with beacons, but we understand how frustrating it is to think you secured a kill only to find the target still alive walking near his own corpse. Is there a plan to expand post-raid statistics such as total damage dealt, number of hits, which body parts were hit, and ammo caliber used? Great. I want... you know you can drag bodies while invisible in beacon mode? Are you serious? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Okay. Interesting. I did not know that. I want to see what the gun build is as well, please. Very soon. Good. That's good to know. That's good to know, Dave. Will you introduce explosive bolts for the crossbow, as well as additional modifications to make it more viable and interesting? I think they need to increase the speed of the bolt overall. But this will be cool. This will be really cool. Okay. Will you enable audio playback, music and sounds when the game is unfocused or minimized, so players and content creators can listen to their collected tracks without interruption? Yes, we'll add such a setting for in-game. I know Rhett was asking about this. Rhett Waffles was asking about this in the creator Discord. So I'm sure he'll be glad to see this. Will the in-game soundtrack be released on Spotify as a public playlist or album so players can listen outside the game? I really love and enjoy the music, cassettes, vinyls, and CDs. I would love to be able to listen to them when I'm not in game. Yes, absolutely. Nice. Because there's a few songs on there that I think are absolute bangers and I really enjoy, and I would love to have them in my playlist. And since they're copyright free, I could put them in the stream playlist too. I would play more copyright music, but because I stream on YouTube, I don't want to have to deal with the whole YouTube shebang. So, what can I say? Can you clarify the order in which mitigation effects are applied? Example, chronogens, body sleeves, armor plates. For example, if I have 25% melee proof perk, does it reduce damage before it hits armor plates, stack with the plates reduction, or only apply to the damage that gets through the plates? Oh, interesting. Plates reduce damage first, then body sleeve, and chronogen bonus effects apply and stack. So a 25% melee proof perk applies after plate mitigation. Interesting. Okay. And the economy feels strong, but it's missing those jackpot moments. Finding something ultra valuable that makes you want to extract immediately, even from PvP loot, when eliminating other players. Are there plans to revamp loot value or add more ultra rare finds to bring back that high stakes feeling? Yes, we're working on this for the next major update. Okay, I would like to know when that is too. That'd be great to know. Well, that is everything from the dev Q&A. Some good, a lot of good actually, and my biggest worry is this right here: cosmetic shop and ranging from credits to crystallized active matter, because they always said that they were never going to make this payable. Besides, the only way that you get it is in game or by upgrading your version, and I really hope that stays the case. I really don't want to see crystallized active matter as a purchasable currency. And if they do make it purchasable, then they need to come up with a different currency, I think, for what they already have in the shop, which is like the beacons, the monolith tokens, and all that. Because it's going to absolutely throw off the balance of the game, I think. So, but anyways, that is the dev Q&A. As for the YouTube video, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. God bless and peace. All right, let's get into